The rain-slicked street reflected the neon glow of the bar across from the apartment building, its windows fogged with the breath of strangers. My heart hammered as I stood in the alley, collar up, watching her silhouette vanish through the glass doors. Lena, my wife of 7 years, had slipped out of our home an hour ago, her excuse, a late meeting, hanging in the air like a lie I couldn't yet name. I followed her, driven by a gnawing ache that had grown over months, a suspicion that felt like a splinter under my skin. Now I stood frozen, staring at the doorman's impassive face as I asked him to call her down. My voice cracked, betraying me. "Tell her it's James. Her husband." The alley smelled of damp concrete and rotting trash, the kind of stench that clings to your clothes. My fingers twitched, itching for a cigarette I hadn't smoked in years. Lena's late nights had started innocently enough. Client dinners, she said, her PR job demanding more hours. But the signs piled up like unpaid bills. Her phone face down on the counter, her perfume lingering on a scarf I didn't recognize. The way her laugh sounded different, brighter, when she thought I wasn't listening. I'd rationalized it all. Told myself I was paranoid, that love meant trust. But tonight, when she kissed my cheek and said she'd be home by 10, something in her eyes, a flicker of guilt, pushed me out the door after her. The doorman, a stocky man with a graying mustache, squinted at me through the drizzle. "Name again?" he asked, his tone flat, like he'd seen this scene before. I repeated it, my stomach twisting. The lobby beyond him was all marble and dim light, too polished for the chaos in my chest. He picked up the phone, muttered something, and I waited, each second stretching like a taut wire. What was I expecting? Lena to come down, laugh it off, explain it was a misunderstanding? Or something worse, something that would shatter the life we'd built. The mornings of coffee and quiet jokes, the nights tangled in each other's warmth? My mind raced, replaying the past year. The first crack was subtle. Lena's new habit of locking her phone, claiming it was work policy. I'd nodded, ignoring the unease. Then came the weekends she spent catching up at the office, her clothes carrying the faint scent of cologne, not mine. I'd asked once casually and she'd laughed, saying it was her boss's aftershave, too strong, wasn't it? I'd believed her because I wanted to, because doubting her felt like doubting myself. The doorman hung up. "She's coming down," he said, avoiding my eyes. My pulse surged, a mix of dread and vindication. I stepped back into the shadows, the rain soaking my hair, my shoes squeaking against the pavement. The door swung open, and there she was, Lena, her auburn hair catching the light, her coat unbuttoned, revealing a dress I'd never seen. Her face froze when she saw me, her eyes wide, lips parting as if to speak but finding no words. The silence between us was louder than the city's hum. "James," she said finally, her voice soft, almost pleading. "What are you doing here?" I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but my throat felt raw, like I'd swallowed glass. "I followed you," I said, the words blunt, heavy. "You said you had a meeting. This isn't your office." Her gaze darted to the side, then back to me. "It's not what you think," she said, stepping closer, her heels clicking on the wet sidewalk. "Can we talk about this at home?" No, my voice was sharper than I intended. "Who's up there, Lena? Tell me now." She flinched, her hands twisting the strap of her bag. "It's just a colleague. We were going over a campaign. I didn't want to worry you." "A campaign?" I repeated, the word tasting bitter. "At 10 at night. In an apartment building." My eyes burned. Not from the rain but from the truth I could feel closing in. "I'm not stupid, Lena." Her lips trembled, and for a moment, I saw the woman I married, vulnerable, human. The one who cried during old movies and held my hand through my father's funeral. But then her expression hardened, and she straightened. "You don't trust me," she said almost accusingly. "You never have." The words stung, twisting the knife of my own doubts. Had I pushed her away? Was my suspicion the real betrayal? I thought of the nights I'd lain awake, wondering if I was enough for her, if my steady job, my quiet love, could match the spark she craved. But then I remembered the scarf, the cologne, the locked phone. "Don't turn this on me," I said, my voice low, shaking. "I saw you go up there. I know you're lying." Her eyes filled with tears, but she didn't deny it. The rain fell harder, blurring her face, and I felt the world tilt. James, I didn't mean for this to happen, she whispered. It just did. The confession hit like a punch, stealing my breath. I wanted to ask who, how long, why, but the questions choked me. Instead, I saw flashes of our life, our wedding, her laugh at my terrible cooking, the way she'd curl into me during thunderstorms. All of it felt like a lie now, a fragile frame around a picture that had cracked. Who is he? I managed, my voice barely audible. She hesitated, then said, It's Mark. From work. Her voice broke. It wasn't planned. It was a mistake. Mark. Her boss. The one with the too strong aftershave. I pictured his smug grin at the company party, his hand lingering on her arm. My fists clenched, but the anger was drowned by something heavier, grief. A mistake, I said, almost laughing. You've been lying to me for months. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. Lena reached for me, but I stepped back, the distance between us a chasm. I still love you, she said, her voice desperate. I never wanted to hurt you. Then why? I shouted, the words echoing in the alley. The doorman glanced over, but I didn't care. Why wasn't I enough? She sobbed, covering her mouth, but offered no answer. Maybe there wasn't one. Maybe love wasn't a contract, just a gamble we'd both lost. I turned away, my chest tight, the rain mixing with tears I hadn't realized were falling. I walked back to our apartment, each step heavier, knowing I'd never see it the same way again. The twist came later, when I found the note on our kitchen counter, written in Lena's hurried scrawl. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. You deserve better. And tucked beneath it, a photo of us on our honeymoon, smiling, unaware of the cracks already forming. I stared at it, my heart splintering, wondering if I'd been the one to fail her first.